tonight,
You're now listening to 1337 FM Nerd Talk Radio. And this is kicking off episode 4 of Picks the Perfect Podcast, still subject yet to change. I'm Matt Flowers.
I'm Mark Langell.
I'm Mike Byrne. Good tea or
It's
what?
hard to say, okay, I have to sip tea. Yeah, so I think this one's going to be a lot more structured than the past 3 episodes. We've actually kind of like sat down and had a little powwow about how we're going to structure everything now.
Powwow, that's racist.
Hey, I'm part native.
Oh, okay.
And yeah, like I think that it's going to be a little more sort of structured and a little more sort of cohesive. What do you think?
Yeah, for the most part. It's just, we have sort of a layout. I think we're sort of getting into that layout.
I think all of us have mild ADD, so...
Yeah, it's the whole starting off and then coming up with a main topic and then going to our, usual, so...
But yeah, like, before I think we get into the main topic, let's just get into the main topic. That's fast.
Why not?
I think the main topic for this, I think we should just sort of throw around the idea of video game movies.
Video game movies.
I don't think I've seen one yet. No, that's a lie. I have seen one yet that I did like, and there's only one.
I've
seen the Warcraft movie.
I haven't seen it.
Oh, okay.
Silent Hill. The first one.
I can give you 4
Street Fighter.
that are good. Yeah. Good for certain reasons.
Yeah.
Street Fighter?
Well,
John Claude.
Seriously?
I'm going to say there's none that are...
Outstanding.
They're not going to win any awards. There's no, that's a great film. That's a masterpiece.
Yeah.
But there can be some that are enjoyable to watch, and you can watch multiple times.
Yeah.
Like Mortal Kombat Annihilation.
Oh, God! We're watching
you mean... That's the second one? Or is
Yeah,
that
that's the second
Yeah,
one.
the second one?
With
First
Giants?
one is a pretty okay movie
That
on
was-
its own.
Chintzy.
It
It was bad.
was bad, but in a good way.
It's one of those, it's so bad that it's a good movie. But if you're, at least the first movie, there's a plot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It might not be, the best plot.
Second one was just a lumpy-faced man with an army and robots and people fighting them.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
It was... Yeah. I didn't like it back... I didn't like it back when it first came out. Excuse me.
I loved it when it first came out because I was 12. And that sort of thing when you're 12, you're like, holy
Whack. That was cool, but...
and I tried to do all the moves.
And
you're not
even paying attention to the movie, you're just too hyped, you're jumping on the furniture and punching your friend in the face.
Yeah, you got everything great crush and you got all kinds of shit.
I'm Sub-Zero.
I'm Sub-Zero. Okay, you're Cyrax, I'm Sector.
I'm Sub-Zero's brother.
With this little scar.
Yeah.
Wow, my Mortal Kombat is way different than yours. Mine was, holy crap, he can't act!
He can't, and I love how they did. They had to shoehorn in game moves into the movie.
Why do they have a white guy playing an Asian fella?
Because it's America.
Look at your strain.
I know. Sorry, it's my emotion coming out.
You're passionate, man.
Yeah. That's what normalizes for.
What?
Doom movie.
What?
Doom. Did you ever watch Doom?
That's what I thought you were.
Did you ever see that?
Yes.
It's at least
it wasn't.
It has its moments where it's at least faithful.
Yeah,
not just that
it made sense.
Not just that.
You talking about the first-person view one with chainsaw?
Sure.
Yeah, that was.
God.
I don't think they actually call them demons from hell or anything like that.
They're just transformed people.
Yeah.
I never watched it once and it stressed me out so much. I just turned I never watched it again in my life.
I like the part when you have to get ready to quack this. I remember.
You can swear. I'm
swearing. Just gonna quack it out after.
Yeah.
When Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson finally gets the BFG, they're like, "What is that?" Big
quack
gun.
God.
And you're like, everyone.
Yay.
Yeah.
He said it. He said the thing.
There's been commercials for Big Friendly Giant.
Yeah.
I know.
It's BFG, and I'm like,
that's. But that was a book way before.
Yeah. That's the Charlie.
Way before
was the same.
Doom. So.
Charles Pickett.
Yep. Did you hate Womb Raider?
First
Did you
one
hate the
wasn't so
Tomb
bad.
Raiders?
First one wasn't so bad because Angelina Jolie was hot then.
She is the most perfect person to play that role.
She was perfect for it.
Yeah.
I agree.
She had the triangle tits and the
Yeah, the bad British accent.
Yeah.
Just like
Although
Lara
there
Croft.
are a lot of cosplayers that have been playing Angelina.
Lara Croft.
Lara Croft.
Lara.
That look. If they would have played it, I think I would have took the movie a lot. The problem with using a big name actress or actor is that
you watch it for them. You watch them.
You know it's them.
Yeah.
I can't.
Like, that's not.
It's harder to suspend the belief in the scene when I see somebody playing for the first time playing acting in a movie or a show, and they really pull it off.
Yeah.
You believe that they are that person because this is not somebody you know. But when you use a big name,
like Star Wars, because like you're looking at Ren, what was her name? Ray. Like she's pretty much an unknown, so she just comes off as that character.
That's
right. If that was Scarlett Johansson, you're like, oh, Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, that's Scarlett Johansson doing that.
Oh my. Scarlett Johansson.
And
but at the same time, I can't understand why anyone finds Daisy really attractive, and it sounds so bad because
I think we talked about it.
We talked about it because she has really nice teeth, but I can't find. She's like when you look at like a tree or you look at a mountain. You're like, that's beautiful.
She's too,
and then
she's too adorable to find sexually attractive.
And it's like it seems wrong.
She's just too. I don't know.
I think she's a very attractive lady. She's got the look for me. She's got that.
She's
brown,
got the look.
Yeah, that brunette. You know, she's hot in my book.
Whenever I see her she either looks really stuck up or really butch prison lesbian. That's my opinion, because everyone's like, oh, she's so hot. And I remember seeing a 4-panel comic of like something things I want to ride in Star Wars. It was like the Millennium Falcon, Speeder Bike, Daisy Ridley, and I was like, why? I mean, I don't know. She might have a nice body, but she doesn't. She might have a nice face, not really. You know, she might have a big pair of tits. She doesn't.
No,
but
she has a nice personality.
Well, I don't know her.
You know, like people adapt to the character.
Yeah,
but I hate the character. So it's a Mary Sue.
Well, who wouldn't want to be a Mary Sue? They're perfect.
I'd want to be a flawed villain, an anti-hero.
Yeah. But to dovetail these two things, they're possibly making a remake of Tomb Raider, and Daisy Ridley is like a
Lara Croft.
Yeah. Is Lara Croft?
I think they're like really leaning towards her. Because have you played the new Tomb Raider game?
That's what I was going to say.
Where she's less cartoony.
Oh, very much. I've seen.
Jesus, what was that?
Thunder.
Oh.
I don't know if you get that picked up on my.
I've seen clips.
I'm gonna close the window.
And it looks. It looks very nice.
Because when Star Wars, when she's like zip lining down like that old
Star Destroyer,
that old Star thing,
Corellian class,
that old Star Wars,
they run the old Corellians.
That Star Trek machine, she's going down there looking for.
But
booty.
See, that's sort of saying, hey, she did it good in one movie, so let's turn it in another. There's a lot of other actresses that should get their break on that.
That's
movie.
true. And she's gonna be occupied for at least 2 more movies spanned over 6 years.
No,
it was a joke.
Yeah, she already got her. She got her start.
Yeah,
she was in Game of Thrones.
She's also in the
She was in the Thrones.
That hit movie, The Forest.
She make movies now. Like she's got it made now, right? She's cut out. She's
rules.
Oh, I almost gave a spoiler. She
dies in the sept.
She did. Spoilers for season 6. She did. You hadn't watched it yet.
I mean, you go on Facebook, go on anything, you'll see like all over the place.
Yeah.
You know, whenever there's a Game of Thrones episode, even if it's people you know, any sort of like, because I follow Unilad, I follow all kinds of stuff, the Lad Bible, and Know Your Meme, all those things like that. They're like,
that's right.
What happens in their episode?
Yeah. You can't. Going on the internet is a spoiler.
Yeah.
Is a spoiler. Just stay away from it.
And the thing is,
you have safe search.
Turn off your Wi-Fi.
Me and you talk about at work.
Turn off your power.
About even if like some sort of page like that doesn't ruin it for you.
Whack.
All people will.
Yeah.
And then they'll blame you for going on the internet. So it's like, it's your fault. They're
whack.
Yeah. And that really pisses me off.
Yeah.
Grinds your gears, you might say.
Yeah. My gears.
Anyway, big topic.
Yeah.
There was one movie that I stated already that I'm wondering how they're going to do.
What is it?
Tetris.
What? I forgot they're doing that.
There is a Tetris movie coming.
I want to fall down. Like, that's so ridiculous.
What? Is it all going to be... I think... I don't know.
Is it because of the success of Pixels?
That was a terrible...
That wasn't a six... Well, was it a success?
It must have made some money.
Yeah, because it was a summer blockbuster with children. Children went and seen it.
Children-ish, although it's pretty racy stuff going on in that. A little bit.
Some of that weird... Well, it had a bit of
although I know
adultism to it.
A ton of kids. Although, I mean, like, Goonies was full of adult humor.
That's right, too.
So was
all
a lot of Disney movies.
Yeah.
You know.
They don't... A lot of the time it's just said and not shown, so the kids... It goes over their heads. So
they're waiting for Paco Man to show
up. I don't know how a Tetris movie is going to play out.
Are they going to be like googly eyes and blocks? And you're like...
I don't think it's a...
Angry Birds.
I don't know if it's going to be CG. I don't think it's going... I think it's an actual movie. Do
you remember Mega 64?
Oh, yeah.
I think they had a Tetris thing where they dressed up as blocks and they were just messing around with people and making things.
That's right.
Just do that for an hour.
I don't know how that's going to work. It don't make any sense to me.
You can't have aliens disguised as Tetris blocks because it was already done.
That's like taking the name of the Battleship game and putting it in a movie and
with Rihanna.
Was it just about a bunch of battleships?
I think there was aliens or something going on.
So where did the aliens come in the game of battleships? It was two sets of battleships against each other.
See, it should have been what are they
two warring factions against each other.
Not really, but what's the word I'm looking for?
Das Boot.
Das Butt.
The butt.
No,
you touched
war games.
Butt.
You know, like McHale's Navy. You ever see that movie? You ever see it? McHale's Navy with.
It was a comedy, and they were in training, and it had
Kelsey Grammer.
That's down
Kelsey Grammer, yes.
Is it? Yeah. And
are they one of the same?
What?
Was it down Periscope? Are they the same?
It was McHale's Navy.
Okay, so he was in two of them.
Yeah. And there was one point, I don't know which one's which.
They had to do some war games to win the
something.
Matthew Broderick over here.
Yeah. I think Down Periscope was the one where they had to shut everything off, and the bunny was this big fat guy because he's a very big 90s fat guy. It was eating beans like a monster.
Yeah.
It wasn't. Oh god, I wish it was. And then he farted, and then the other people who were hunting them heard it and were be quiet. And then Buddy was then he was pretending to be a whale, making noises and dancing around.
Yeah.
And it was oh, it's just a bunch of whales. And I remember being a kid and dying laughing.
That's such a 90s humor.
That is, it's such a...
Beans and fart.
Yeah. Beans and fart and things.
I guess farts are always funny, really, when you think about it.
Not really.
That's the best scene in Blazing Saddles.
I don't know.
There's a lot of good scenes in Blazing Saddles that are funny, I think.
You could never make that movie nowadays.
No, you couldn't get handy to it.
Just
I feel bad buying it.
I don't feel bad. Bill Brooks got to get his goblin money somehow.
Puked out the doll. Adorable.
So, video game
movies. Okay, sorry.
Oh.
I was going to say they're making Spaceballs too.
No, they're not.
Yes.
No, they're not.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No, I refuse to believe it.
They already had an animated TV series.
God, did they?
Yeah.
I got to open this window back up.
It's getting hot here.
Didn't take off my clothes.
His anger for Spaceballs 2 just filled the room with too much heat.
Now.
What?
Someone's mowing the lawn. We're going to have to close the window.
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir.
Will you stop doing your whack?
Off with that
whack. Duck off with that duck.
Okay, so
quack.
So back on topic. We discussed
video game movies.
Tetris. We discussed.
I don't know how
that one you said.
A thing.
I was paying attention.
So,
Tomb Raider. I think the best one I've ever seen
was the Street Fighter anime movie.
No, it was the Street Fighter the movie, the game.
That's the best.
Are you talking about for PlayStation 1?
Yeah.
Okay.
I had it for Sega Saturn.
That was the best movie he's ever seen.
Yeah, it was the game.
It's a pretty good movie
about a game.
Yeah. So
it was that's right. That's a game about a movie that's about a game.
Oh,
that was at the peak of Jean-Claude Van Damme's stardom.
Wasn't
that
Gomez?
wasn't that,
Or
that
maybe
was
that
that
was
was
like
the
his
drop.
crest.
That's where he
It
hit
was
the
at
top and just started
apex.
going down.
Was that before or after Double Team? Maybe with
That
him
was
and-
after.
No, that was before.
Was it?
Yes. It's
Before?
Double Team at Dennis Rodman.
Right.
He's a rad man.
Yes. Yes.
I
That was
remember
his
the-
last ditch attempt
Yeah.
at
Just-
making
just
something.
like martial arts, and it was just ridiculous. That was another movie I watched as a kid and thought was absolutely awesome.
Double
Really?
Yes.
I just remember the
I
VHS
seen Dennis
box.
Rodman and I was like, why do people like him?
He's alien. And it's not racist. He's
And
just
I mean,
strange.
I understand that if you're watching him at an NBA game, it might have been more.
Look at that! Look at that! That's so awesome.
Yeah.
If
That
you're 12,
cover, it was a two-sided take because it was that on one side, and you flip over the VHS box, and Rodman was like the one in the front.
One in the front.
So they each had their own like.
I forgot. I totally forgot. Mickey Rourke was in it.
It was like the fan with Robert De Niro and Wesley
Mickey
Snipes.
Rourke, man.
That
guy
after
needs
his.
to make more movies.
Yeah.
Isn't he dead?
No, he's
No.
just.
Why do I keep thinking he was dead?
Because I don't know.
Because you don't see him anymore.
They just disappeared.
Yeah. I
Did
haven't
you
seen
ask
him for
that
5 minutes
last
today.
episode about Katherine Heigl? No, because she keeps coming back and making stupid
Yeah,
movies.
she's always around.
She's like. Oh, okay.
Anyway,
Yeah.
So, any more video game
the
movies?
one I actually, in all seriousness, the video game movie I absolutely love.
Resident Evil Apocalypse. Or whatever that. After.
When it first came out, the first Resident Evil was kind of cool, but I was like 16.
You're a big
so
Resi fan.
I was and still am a big Resident Evil game fan all the way up until 3.
The next one's gonna be first person.
It looks pretty good.
First
it looks
person?
Scary. It looks
Yeah.
scary.
It's called.
I can understand that though.
I think they've gone back to the scary route.
You know why they're going scary? Going first person
Because the
because
rest
of
of them are
Rift,
Mm.
the Oculus,
I
and
want
that
the
other
Oculus
one.
Rift.
I know.
I want
to try. I just want to try one.
Oh, look at porn.
Wanna play a game?
Everyone says the other play game. No, you would eventually just get curious.
Well, if
some
you
point.
owned one, yes, that's where it would go.
Yeah.
I mean, you can only play so many games. There's only so many games that are going to be compatible for it
I mean,
at first.
I would want to see if I were to get it.
Yeah.
I would
If you
play-
would've
You
done
would get
it.
it, got it good.
I would probably play the scariest games I own.
That's what it's for.
Yeah, I mean, I play like Slenderman.
Sling
Slingblade.
Probably
Blade.
Slender Blade.
that's what the Japanese title's called.
Yeah.
Many are men with children in the woods.
Tall, faceless European man. Chases child.
Amnesia, The Dark Descent, not the second
Man
one.
who know like to eat.
And then I don't know what other one do I have? It's like super spoopy.
Try the Spoopy.
3 spoopy.
It's like a creepypasta game with that doll thing.
Oh, SCP.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Those are so awesome. Do you ever read them?
We touched on them back around episode 2.
I don't know if we said it on air. If it was like a.
I don't.
Well,
Yeah. No.
some of
no. I don't know.
oh, but I think it's the game was created obviously after the creepypastas, and you're a dude who's like a D-level personnel, which is like just a disposable as hell
janitor.
and like power gets shut down and all the doors unlock. So crazy
Quack.
just flying around everywhere, and there's a bunch of puzzles because like one of the SCPs is a huge machine that looks like an old like
The
Turing machine.
Mangler.
And it's like it has a little slot, and you can put things in, and you close the slot, and then it'll like and the gears will turn, and like it'll pop out like a Mexican man. And
How
then, like,
convenient.
I think
you have
my favorite creepypasta has got to be Fusilli, for sure. It's corkscrew.
Fusilli Jerry.
Yeah. You might sit on it.
Oh god,
I'm sorry, I had to do that because
that's
that's one of those 2 words. It's
good creepypasta.
But it was originally creepy paste, copy paste, creepy paste, copy paste.
And then the internet has to just change
okay.
things.
The internet just takes
So
things
they
and perverts
just they
them.
added it to the pasta.
Well, I mean, there's a lot of actually really good creepypastas that are like I think they're really really good. I listen to a lot when I'm just doing dishes or playing WoW or whatever, and I'm quite well versed in the internet now. And yeah, I think that
Wait, so how long have you been logged on?
I've been logged into the internets more than one for 20
Have you heard
years.
of that thing called the Facebooks? I think it is.
The book? I've never read the book.
No?
No.
Is it?
I heard there's a lot of faces.
Is it in MySpace?
It's should be.
No, I don't know. It's totally Mark Zuckerberg. It's written by Mark Zuckerberg or something.
Can I look at my electronic mail?
Electronic mail.
Can I store my electronic mail in the Facebook?
Oh God! One time, you just reminded me. My mother cannot understand any technology ever because she's old.
She's a mother right off the bat.
Well,
no offense.
Their mind is somewhere else. They don't have time for.
One of the best hackers in the entire world was a mother, stay-at-home mother.
Oh, okay.
One bad mother.
It wasn't my mother.
No.
So, because you know my mother, she's
I do.
dummy sometimes. She can be, and she don't listen. You know that yourself. She's very proud. She doesn't listen.
I have to reiterate myself many a times. Yes.
Because we'll be talking about something, and I'll be like, well, actually, she's like, you're just like Mark. You're just like Mark. You know everything. And I was like, what? She's like, yeah, God.
She hasn't realized that I'm right.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
She hates not being right because she's a bit simple.
Well,
and, anyway, back when we were using Windows XP, when it was like a family computer, I think my email used to get bombarded all the time for whatever reason. And it would show like dad login, mom's login, my login, and I had like 300 emails. And then eventually they started getting spam emails because that's what happens. And they're like,
that's right.
You know what's happening? I was like, what? They're like, your email's so full, it's then dripping over into ours, and we're getting all your spam emails.
Are you kidding?
No, I'm not kidding. And she
said
your
mailbox. It's overflowing.
She's like, it's overflowing out, and we're getting it. And I was like, what are you talking about? That doesn't happen. She's like, yeah, it does. You gotta empty it now because we're getting your spam emails. And I was like,
throw it your junk mail.
And I was like, dude, is it addressed to me? She's like, no. So it's not mine. You're an idiot.
It's Okay.
And this is
I never knew that. Okay.
You got to remind her that when you go to work.
I'm going to go. Well, how long ago was that?
This was years ago.
Yeah, it would probably be before we started working.
She doesn't remember yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, I know that.
But yeah, you got to remind her of that.
I'm going to remind her next day.
Oh. But yeah, video game movies.
Yeah. Matt's mother and I work directly together at our workplace. So
what a nightmare it must be. I cannot imagine.
It's not that bad. We get along. We're very. I gotta say this: your mother hates eating and not seeing anybody else eat.
Oh, I didn't know we were gonna go with that.
No. She doesn't. No, she loves food. Yeah. She loves her food, but she hates seeing somebody.
She'll look at you
if you're eating. If she's eating and you're not. That is a crime.
Yeah, she's like autistic or something. She has these little quirks.
And, you know she's going to listen to this episode too, right?
I've said worse.
Okay,
I've said worse to her.
I don't know. Is she going to be able to log on to tap into the internet?
She'll have to go on and dial up to the internet.
Put her in her emails.
To the webnet.
Yeah. Make sure it doesn't get overflowed.
Yeah. But I think, of all seriousness, the best iteration of a video game movie had to have been the first Silent Hill. Excuse me, and I'm saying that because I think that the movie, in a very mild way, not a bad way, while it might have taken a lot of liberties with the story and the plot, and a lot of things, it really sort of encapsulated the feel of the games, the sort of claustrophobic darkness, the sort of sense of confusion. There's a fear of things. What the hell is this thing grabbing at me? She doesn't have a gun. She just doesn't have anything. She's running around screaming.
Quack.
Duck nose. And I think that really sort of captures at least part of the games. And then that in itself, and if it's done right, which I think it was successful.
Yeah.
Right? Have you seen it?
I have not.
That's what we got to do.
It's a pretty good movie.
It's a movie you got to watch. Because you watch it the second time, you're like, I missed that. I missed it completely.
There's things that you have to watch. Is it a movie that you have to watch twice?
You don't have to, but you'll pick up on things you never noticed at all. And something will happen in the earlier part of the movie, and you're like, oh, that right there.
Okay.
Okay.
I tend to like that. I like when you Me too. When you come to the end of the movie and you're like,
Darko.
I almost need to sit down and watch it again, knowing what I know. Mm-hmm. So. It's one of those movies that if you know the ending, then it spoils it for you.
Yeah, but the thing is about the movie, at least Silent Hill, is a lot of religious undertones.
Oh, okay.
Like,
all the games are all about like
cults, really.
Well, yeah, it starts out as that.
Religious cults, to be honest. Yeah.
And it gets into like self. You're gonna sneeze.
Yeah. Hold on.
Look at the sun. Whack.
Yeah. Edit that out. Jesus Christ.
That's a peak.
Sorry, the sun makes me sneeze. I look directly at it.
Shouldn't do that. It's not good for your anything.
My corneas. So.
Yeah, I haven't seen. I don't know why I haven't seen it. Maybe it's just I'm not a big horror movie, even though I knew that was based on a video game. I mean, I never I only seen Resident Evil because it was cheap and I wanted something to watch. And
the first one? Actually,
I bought a 3-pack with the first 3 movies just because I wanted something to watch, and it was like $8 or something.
Jorah Mormont's in the third movie. He's the bad guy.
To be honest with you, I watched them once and now I don't remember them.
Yeah, Jorah Mormont is the bad guy in the third one.
Yeah.
Because eventually in the third one you've seen they tame the zombies and they inject them with like some sort of controllable virus where they become controllable zombies.
That's not Resident Evil though.
Well, I mean that's how it eventually evolved into. Like, that's what it eventually became. Yeah. Like the thing was I appreciate with Silent Hill, it never really did that. It sort of stayed sort of the same sort of thing. Except for maybe Shattered Memories. Did you play Shattered Memories?
Yeah. Shattered
Memories was really disturbing in a few ways. And I can appreciate that. Everyone's like, well, you cannot, you don't have a gun, you can't fight back.
You just gotta run away from everything.
Yeah, and that's terrifying.
But there's a whole like psychological test thing going on in that too. You have to like answer questions and it tells you like if you're a bad person at the end.
Me and Leanne played it. Yeah. One day we put it was like 12 hours and we played it. And by the end, because we kept switching.
Yeah, it was so messed up.
And it was so messed up, it blew both of our minds. Because it was like, I have a really big fear of sort of almost claustrophobia and like drowning. Yeah. And there was this thing that happened in the game when you were like in the back of a cop car because you get arrested. I don't remember why. And because the thing in the game, Silent Hill, is there's 2 Silent Hills. There's real Silent Hill and then Crazy Dream World Silent Hill. Where
right. Okay. Whack.
Hits the fan.
Yeah.
And in Shattered Memories, it's not like crazy fog and like ash. It's everything freezes. Like this.
Yes.
Ice.
Okay. I've seen.
And I remember you're in the cop car, and then like. The cop car eventually slows down and stops, and you can look around the Wiimote. There's no one driving. I was like, there was someone just there. What's going on? Yeah. And then like it started to freeze over. I was like, oh shit. Oh God, what's going on? And Leanne's like, I don't know. And we're like, getting ready to like freak out. And then the ice was like freezing everything, and then it sort of broke the bridge, and then the car was backing up slowly, fell into the water, and you were struggling like to get out of your handcuffs, drowning. And I was like, that made me super uncomfortable. And Leanne's like, yeah, me too. So eventually we kind of came to the conclusion that there was a bunch of points that happens in the game that it'll intentionally add content and do stuff like that just to try to mess with you. And I loved that.
That's like Eternal Darkness. Have you ever played that?
No, you told me about that one before, though.
That was on the GameCube, wasn't it?
Yes, it was, yeah.
Okay, I remember
there was a point where I was playing that game, and it messes with you.
I appreciate that.
I was sitting... At this point, I was living with my brother.
Yeah.
I had my GameCube. What's that?
In the game?
No, in real life. Okay. I was living with my brother. I had my own bedroom. All of my stuff was in my bedroom. So my TV with my video game system was in there. I had my own computer desk with my own computer chair. That's where I sat and I gamed. I turned and... Anyway, started playing Eternal Darkness. It was, it's your third person kind of... find the key, pick the lock, kind of, Anyway, I was playing the game, it got later in the night, and it was dark. I didn't turn my lights on, I just continued playing the game. There was a point, my door was closed, and the game, just all of a sudden, added... So I was playing the game, and I was like, well into the game, and all of a sudden I hear, and I turn around, And I pause the game, and I turn around to the door, and I say, "Come in." And nobody walks in.
That's
I
awesome.
said, "Come in." And nobody walked in. So I got up out of my chair, walked out, went over to my roommate's room, which was literally like just open a door and you were in.
Yeah.
The next door was my roommate's room, who was sitting at his computer. I said, "Did you just knock on my door?" And he said, "No." I said, at the time, there was 4 of us living in the house. It was me, my brother, and then 2 other roommates. So I said, did Nick knock on my door? He said, "Nick's not here." No, it's not Nick.
Dave's not here, man.
Dave's not here, man.
So it just.
So it was the game.
That's awesome.
So, and then when there was another time, I was sitting, playing the game. It was same night. This was what I turned it off. I must have got up, used the washroom, come back. And I sat down. The game paused as if just pause. It just stops everything. Nothing's moving. Everything's staying still. But there was a fly on my screen. So I went over with my hand. And I was like, how did a fly get in here? And I wiped the screen. And the fly didn't fly away.
So it was just...
It was the game rendered a fly that comes and sit on your screen. So when you're watching it, if you're watching it in the dark, you don't know that it's a real fly. When I unpause the game, the fly flies away.
Isn't that game about like insanity and stuff?
Insanity.
So
yes. That's
So
good.
like a lot of games now have amnesia and all that. Like you can't look at the monsters, you go crazy.
Yeah.
I think that's where it started. Was like that was one of the first ones to really have that.
It pulled a couple of tricks on me. I will admit it.
I want to play that so bad now.
There is a point in it that was so. It's really good game. It's really cool.
It's very Lovecraftian, kind of old.
Yeah.
Gothic horror and strange weirdness.
I appreciate stuff like that.
Yeah, you would appreciate it. Yeah.
Okay, so I think that concludes our I think sort of the main topic. We probably might come back and touch on it again.
Yes.
Because there's a million things we could talk about.
Well, you can go on for hours. You didn't even talk about Tekken or Street Fighter, Legend of Chun-Li.
God.
Oh.
There's this. Yeah, we can go on for a long time.
But okay, so I think that brings us nicely to our next feature, next installment of Do Not Watch. I think we all kind of collaborated on this one. The last one I kind of came up with sort of just on my own when I was just sort of pottering around the house, things that I thought were terrible.
Yeah.
But we all pretty much came up with this one. There's one very controversial one I think is on here.
Yeah, and I will give my this one. I will say this, and I will take all the internet heat. That's because you know what. I ain't hurt by internet heat because it's not real heat.
Internet heat don't burn me.
Don't burn me. I don't care. You can say all you want. It don't hurt my feelings.
So do we want to start off with that one, or do you want to ease into it?
I think we should ease into it. I think this should be the last one.
Okay. Yeah, because it's going to be...
It'll spark the most debate. Okay, so do you want to go sort of clockwise starting from you? Or who... Okay, I think we can all agree on the first 2.
Yeah.
Depending on which generation you're talking about.
He's talking about
all
of it.
In general.
As a franchise.
From the first one with Jessica Alba till the one now with
whoever.
Mara or whatever it is.
Okay.
What he's speaking of is the Fantastic Four films.
Fan-four-stick to some.
Yeah. I think it is just a bunch of movies that they can't get right. It don't seem like they can get it right.
I think they're being made by people who, one, don't care about the source material.
2, don't read them. And are just kind of trying to cash in on something to keep a license so that they can have something.
When I was reading comics, I never cared about the Fantastic Four.
They're like the oldest ones, and they're just like a family, and they just have crazy adventures, and they're just weird.
Even when they tried to change it up with the
future
new one,
Future Foundation, and all that stuff.
They I don't know. It's just I think that it's the idea of the 4 being this, and this. Mm-hmm. All their individual Ben Grimm being the Rock guy, Mr. Fantastic. I don't know. It just it seems good. Mm-hmm. It sounds good on paper, which maybe it works as a comic book, but it's not going to work anywhere else.
It doesn't even work as a comic book anymore because I think there is no Fantastic Four comic now. I think it's.
I'd like to know the sales numbers. Do you remember when? Do you remember this? Maybe there was a point in the Fantastic Four comic book that all the main four got kidnapped by Galactus.
That sounds about right.
And they had to put together another Fantastic Four, which comprised of the Hulk,
of course,
the Wolverine, Ghost Rider, and no, it was four of them they had to save, and I think from what I gathered, the sales went off the charts for those
because it was interesting characters that people cared about.
That's right.
I know. I think because Spider-Man was a member of the Fantastic Four for a while when the Human Torch was either dead or he was off-world, he quit or something. So Johnny Storm was AWOL for a while.
Yeah.
So then Spider-Man came. He had a new Fantastic Four costume, and he was down to be fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic Spider-Man.
And I think you're right. The fourth was Spider-Man.
Yeah. I think those are the four of the coolest characters that they have to offer.
Yeah. And throw them four. They're all so different from each other, and bring something different to the table. I mean, so there. You can make that Fantastic Four movie, and I guarantee.
I just want a solo Ben Grimm thing movie. Anything with the Thing is great.
I don't know if he could carry a whole movie.
He's with the Guardians of the Galaxy now, in the comics.
Guardians.
He's up there doing that.
Yeah.
Since there's no Fantastic Four now, he's just like.
Oh yeah.
I think now
no more Fantastic Four at all.
I think they can't.
They're off being
since that movie bombed for so long. They just after Secret Wars they just cut. That their sales were so crap.
Well, things with Secret Wars.
I say they'll be back at some point. There's always a reboot.
There's always a resurgence, but they haven't. From what I gathered, they killed Wolverine. They haven't brought him back yet.
It's been like 2 years since the Death of Wolverine storyline.
I haven't read that.
And they haven't brought him back.
No, there's like a new Wolverine who's a lady.
Of course.
Yes, X-23.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway.
She's a Muslim, Jewish, amputee, lesbian.
That's Iron Man.
Yeah. Don't get me started.
Don't get me started.
But,
so those movies, don't watch any of them?
I think we should start from the one and go to the...
Don't expect it.
And then go to the third one.
I think
we're
going to skip past that 90s one because it's not...
I didn't know that existed.
Neither did anyone else. It was never officially...
Can you get it?
You can illegally download it, although I guess it's not legal because it was never officially released.
You're not taking any money from
no one.
Sony or whoever.
It was made and then put in a vault somewhere.
Yeah, it wasn't meant for it to be watched.
That's not the one that was talked about in Arrested Development, was it?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
Seriously?
That's the one. Yeah.
It's the actual actress who played that crazy missus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my mind is blown.
That's the best on-screen Fantastic Four anything is that Arrested Development season.
I knew before even when that was told, like I'm pretty sure I read it in Wizard back in the day that they had actually made that movie, or they were making the movie, and they had a screen grab of that movie, and I waited for it to come out, and then when the internet became as big as it was, and read, it never came out. Why did it never come out? And it was like, because it was so terrible that they didn't put it in. Well, I want to see why it's terrible. Mm-hmm. It was made they say that it was made just to be a placeholder for Fantastic Four for Sony.
To keep the license.
Which
is what they did last year, but they released it.
Yeah, and
that was crap.
From what I gathered, they had a hard time. There was a lot of going on with the director, because they changed directors.
Yeah,
partially.
I think they took control away from the final director as well. It was his first because he was like an indie director.
Yeah,
and then this was his first big project, and he wanted this big grand thing. I think he wanted it more body horror, like The Fly, like when they transformed.
That would have been kind of cool.
Oh,
really?
Really?
The
really
kind of
grotesque
Cronenberg, kind of transformation thing.
Yeah, slow transition.
And then they were then they chop that off the end of it.
That would have been cool.
That's what it was going to be, but then the studio stepped in and was like, no.
No,
and then they changed it.
That's
never gave Kate Mara a really bad wig, and they did a bunch of reshoots.
She is hot.
Yeah, she's rich. So I don't like her. It's just too much money.
Yeah.
What I think is speaking of that like '90s one, I didn't know that was a real thing.
Yeah.
I only knew about that from Arrested Development, and the only thing I really remember from Arrested Development to do with that is Tobias being the thing, and what's her name being Invisible Woman.
Yeah.
And then we get like arrested a bunch of times.
Yeah.
And he couldn't get his suit off. You seen it?
I don't remember that. No.
Well, Tobias, you know what Tobias is?
Yes.
Because it's
it was the Netflix season or
yeah.
Season,
oh, okay.
Yeah.
It was the Netflix season. Okay.
And there's one point where Maybe is living in the model home by herself.
Okay.
And
for some reason, because she's doing something to catch a predator.
Yeah, no.
So for some reason, the house is being because she rented it out to them.
Yeah.
So like the cameras and there's always like the house is like the set for to catch a predator.
Yeah.
Okay.
And there's all kinds of like alcoholic like Mike's Hard everywhere.
Oh.
And so Tobias can't get his suit off. It's the thing suit off.
Okay.
And he goes to the model house to surprise Maybe, and he thinks she's all alone in there. So he comes in, he opens the doors. Is there a little girl in here all by herself? and I put some light.
Daddy needs to get his rocks off.
Daddy needs to get his rocks off because he couldn't get his thing suit off.
SWAT team comes in and tackles him then.
I think because the guy comes around the corner.
Daddy's come to get his rocks off.
What a hard thing to say.
Yeah, and then
he always has like just perfect
so
foot in mouth things to say like. I just blew myself.
Yeah.
Like, you should really record yourself and listen to what you say.
In the first few episodes...
That's David Cross, right?
David Cross is absolutely brilliant.
He is underrated.
Yeah, there was in the very first few episodes, there was like, he somehow mistook a boat full of very flamboyant gay men as like a costume pirate ride. And so he was out, they were all dressed up as pirates. And him like wearing like his wife's blouse and like his scarf on his head, and they're all just dancing, and they're like driving past their yacht, and they're protesting the Bluth family, whatever. And Tobias is like, I don't know what we're doing, but I love it. And then Maybe was into sort of leather coats.
Yeah.
You seen that one too?
No.
Oh,
it's because she wanted to rebel or be
rebel or something. Steve Holt had one.
Yeah.
Steve Holt.
Yeah.
Steve Holt had a leather jacket and she thought it was cool, so George Michael wanted a leather jacket because he wanted to Maybe.
Yeah, he wore like a whole leather pants and jacket and everything.
So Tobias, wanting to bond with Maybe, went to a leather store.
Okay.
And he's like, I want something to tell my daughter, Daddy likes leather. And this kind of the person who was like, I've asked a gay man, he's like, you mean leather daddy? And then it kind of cuts to Tobias coming and like sitting awkwardly in between George Michael and Maybe, wearing like a leather flat cap and like a leather like vest.
Yes.
And like assless leather chaps.
The sound work is so good because he comes in, he's like, I'm just gonna squeeze in here, and you hear the leather and the shit's in there.
And then there's like a chain, and he kind of puts his arm over, and he gets like Michael Cera in the nose, like ooh, and like, it's just so awkward, and I love it. Oh, so how do we get onto this?
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four.
So I think we've said enough about.
Yeah.
So don't watch them because
of
all the things we just said.
Yeah, wait till they do a good one in 30 years.
But if you can find if you can download the '90s copy, send it to us.
It's probably okay to watch just to.
Make no one's gonna
whack
and come after us.
No one's getting any money for it now. So.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, and I think the second on our list, I think I'll try to cover this one, is Jason X.
Yeah.
Now, see, really, in my opinion, there's 13 Friday the 13th movies?
13 or 14 now, including a remake and stuff.
God. Yeah. And I think all the recent remakes are terrible. Not saying the old ones were good, but I think the first 2 or 3 were not bad.
They just,
When they follow the slasher as almost the main character,
well, they try and make him.
It's time to hang up your hat.
When they give him like a backstory, try and make him sympathetic and stuff. Yeah. It's like he should just be like an unknown something.
This is what everybody's trying to get away from.
They're coming
you
in with
care more about. You should care and know more about the people who are being killed than what's killing them.
That's right.
Because not knowing what's coming after them is
There's going to be a Friday the 13th game.
I know, and I looked up, and it looks absolutely wicked.
Like, it's like a multiplayer online thing?
Yes.
Like one person Jason and a bunch of other people.
I want to be the Jason,
like that?
and I want to
You have to, I think, from what I gathered, because what is his name? Used to be on... No, hold on. He's a game... a journalist for game journalist on E4 TV with Adam Sessler. Adam Sessler was brought on to help with that game.
Oh yeah, because the game started out as just its own thing.
That's right.
But then I don't know if they contacted him or he contacted somebody and this would be great as a Friday the 13th thing.
Yes.
And then that Friday the 13th was like, can we do that?
And they went for the actual license and they got it, and it was even kickstarted.
Yeah,
I think this is a kickstarted game.
Yeah.
So this is how they took the concept and said they took the concept of the game that they had and added Friday 13th to it. Mm-hmm. Not took Friday 13th and added the game concept, which means right off the bat,
it's
when you're taking a concept and adding something to it,
it's gonna be better.
It's got to be good. It's got to be good.
Because most licensed games and licensed anything are crap.
Well, and that's because
they have a license that we need to make something with this.
They have to pigeonhole something into that.
But when they have something that's independent of its own and it is going to, they work out that this is just going to be a really good game standing on its own. They said, how about we just put Jason in it? And then you just have a really good Jason.
That's exactly. To me, that's... And from what I gathered, it's supposed to be brutal.
Mm-hmm. But I think Jason X was a terrible movie.
Yes.
Is it so bad that it's good?
Nah. I mean, it's been a while since I've seen it.
It's a late 90s, early 2000s new metal Jason in space.
Alexa Doig was in it.
He looks like he's got like a Slipknot mask.
Yeah, sort of like Steel, because they had this weird regenerating technology stuff in the future.
In the future. It's Jason in the future.
And,
I know.
So, yeah.
I hope that picked up on...
okay, goodbye, lady.
She just said she's a sucker for little boys.
Wow.
Yeah, that's something to say this day and age.
Yeah.
So, I just remember, like, it being... I don't know, either from 97 to 2001, I don't remember.
It was on that early 2000s.
It was around there. And I remember, like, they put him in this regenerating, like, ooze, and they regenerated him. And he came out, like, full steel. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what is going on? And then he just started killing people, and it was fine.
Yeah.
You know, and Alexa Doig was running away from him.
I can't... Why did they do that again? What was the reason?
Magic of bad movies.
I think it was just a time when...
Were they trying to create a war machine of some sort?
No, I think they picked both of them up in like a time capsule. Because she was in like present day running away from them.
Oh, okay.
And they both like fell into like a cryogenic sensory deprivation tank or something.
Yeah. So instead of keeping them frozen and send them into the center of the sun, they decide, it just don't make any sense.
And then he woke up and started killing people, and it was just absolute ridiculous.
It was just a long, convoluted thing just to get to the point where they can just kill people in space.
Don't make any sense.
Yeah.
It's like
stupid.
Ugh.
So don't watch it.
Don't watch it.
Okay, so next one I'm gonna let Mark handle this.
Yeah, this is my do not watch. It's Clockwork Orange. I know. I hear you all groaning and being angry being angry. Yes, do not watch it. If you like your sanity and like good movies, I hated it. Do not like it.
Why?
Why? Because it was almost like it took a long time to tell that some people are violent and like to smack people with giant phallic objects and kill people with it. I don't know. It was strange for being strange.
What's Kubrick?
Yeah, but I love Full Metal Jacket. Mm. One of my favorite movies of all time.
It's a great movie.
Love Full Metal Jacket. Yeah. Can't tell you that I know. I haven't seen 2001.
Mm.
It's a mind.
It's a mind duck.
Yeah, mind duck. I don't but I've seen Clockwork Orange and I didn't enjoy it.
Well, I liked it because it was
it's pretty abrasive. He's not a likable character. You're not supposed to.
No, you're not supposed to like him
because he's a horrible person,
yeah.
and he has a horrible thing done to him because he's a horrible person.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't learn anything because at the end he just ends up going back to his old evil ways anyway.
Yeah. But to me it seems like it's the embodiment of sort of the judicial system trying to rehabilitate those who can't really change.
Yeah.
It's the futility of rehabilitation. I think is what it was.
Story-wise,
so you really want to get deep into it,
Well, it's based on a book, and the writer of the book is the writer in the movie. Like, that's his character. Like, what happened to him in the beginning of the movie was a real... Like, he had a home invasion happen to him, and his wife died as a result of it.
Did she get killed by a big, penis-shaped object?
No, not that lady.
Okay.
The other lady.
So it wasn't that lady?
So the guy who was, typing, and he was like, is that the door? Then slowly camera pans over.
Bloody hell.
Yes, it was. There's some people there, they want to come inside and use the telly.
Telly?
Well, I guess you better let them in. I guess you want to watch the BBC.
Yeah.
It's story-wise, it's just... I guess it's
strange.
a personal and weird thing for that guy. I like it from a film perspective. Because Stanley Kubrick was never the best for story. Because he started out as a photographer for a magazine. So he's really good at framing a shot. Every shot in his movie, it could stand on its own as a...
That is probably why I don't like it. Maybe that's why.
But
maybe because he's not a storyteller first.
Fair. Yeah.
And I love movies that tell you a story and tell it well. I don't know. It's just, and maybe it's the English sensibility about that movie. Usually I don't mind it.
It's like a 60s idea of the future, but in 60s England.
England,
and it's really,
sort of.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I liked it.
That era of sci-fi from England
60s
has always been strange to me. And maybe that's Doctor Who.
Yeah.
Oh, dude. I started watching the new Doctor Who's. I could handle that.
Chris Eccleston?
Yes. Yeah. I could handle that. I didn't mind it. But the old stuff...
David Tennant, awesome.
Hated it.
Joe tries to go right back to the beginning in the 60s.
Wow.
No.
Don't.
It's no. They're not. It's not. English are not known for their movies. I guess I don't know, but they're.
Well, Stanley Kubrick's not English. He just chose to live in England.
Okay.
And then he had to think about leaving because when he put that movie out, it caused a ripple effect of so many youth in England be like, that's really cool. Let's all start a gang.
Yeah.
And he was he had moved to somewhere far away and change his address and keep his doors locked all the time because
that would make sense.
That movie was banned in England for that reason for a long time. I think it was only until the mid '90s that was okay, we can have it here, I guess.
And maybe that's why it's got such a cult following is because of that.
So controversial.
So controversial.
Yeah, I think it was it had a big
and it did
first
change
X-rating movies.
If they made a movie if they made that in Canada at the time and there was a lot of, obviously Canada back in the 60s or the 70s was basically just America light, really, for a lot of ways.
The Quebec terrorists were blowing stuff up, weren't they, back then?
Yeah, but I don't think there was as much.
Or whatever they were called?
The
LECQ?
No, that's the liquor store.
LECQ?
No,
that's that old messenger system. That's ICQ.
ICQ.
Oh.
Yeah. No, but I don't think there was a lot of civil unrest within the young society in Canada back in the 70s, is what I mean.
There's flannel and
not as much.
Bob and Doug McKenzie.
Yeah, but it was about Canadians in general just embraced their Canadianism about drinking beer and
back bacon and
Toques.
Tim Hortons.
Get some donuts.
Well, Tim Hortons wasn't that big of a. Tim Hortons was playing hockey, I think, at that point.
60s?
67.
He died in
Look on the Tim Hortons Cup and see when it's been established. Since
yeah.
Ested 68.
Estimated or established.
I know. That was a joke.
Yeah, I think he died then, didn't he?
Yeah. I think his wife took it over. She sold the
he started the coffee stores off of NHL money, and then when he died, his wife sold it to a huge conglomerate, which
$1 million in a Cadillac.
$1 million in a Cadillac. Yes. So
follow the money.
I'm wondering if she's.
She regrets it.
I would imagine she is. That Cadillac can't be too nice no more.
$1 million doesn't go very far nowadays.
But $1 million back in the 70s.
I suppose, that would take you pretty far.
That would take
you. So I think, you explain why you didn't like Clockwork Orange. I quite like it. Mike quite likes it. But I mean, this is all about opinions anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
So do not watch it?
Oh, I don't know. If you think so.
That's my opinion.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
But so the last one on the list here.
You're going to have your, was it the common thread through all these episodes? It's Katherine Heigl.
Yeah. The next Do Not Watch was submitted by me. It's called Life as You Know It.
We know.
Life as You Know It. Life as whatever. Life as We Know It is forgettable.
So they're haven't had a baby and they're like.
Well, they're Katherine Heigl and the guy from Transformers. Are
Josh.
Best friends.
Josh.
Yeah, that's his name.
It's
like Cher.
Duhamel.
And so they were.
that guy.
Duhamel.
I don't know. He's. It doesn't matter.
He's from Justified, isn't he? He's like a Texas Ranger or something.
He's also in Transformers.
Yeah, he's
But that's what I remember him from.
The Army Man.
He's also played Agent 47, the very first Hitman movie.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Anyway, they're two best friends of this married couple, one of which is that redhead with the huge knockers.
From Mad Men?
Yes.
Wow. Christina Hendricks.
Oh, hello.
Yep.
And so they're best friends with them two since the baby was born. The baby's
now I'm gonna watch the movie.
Put
regardless.
that on pause first. No. I don't mean that. I just mean pause. Christina Hendricks. Her boyfriend. You know who her boyfriend is?
No.
It's the guy that was in the back seat who said, "I'm tripping on Super Troopers. I'm tripping out."
Was he like the little squirrely guy?
He's kind of squirrely. That means we all got shot.
I remember him. He was in Bubble Boy and he had like flipper hands.
Yeah.
God,
that's her man.
Wow.
I'm Googling it right now.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
We have a shot.
Jesus.
We have a shot.
Christ.
If we were single.
Okay.
We're not single.
He just must have a gigantic heart.
Yes. Heart.
Big throbbing personality.
Veiny heart.
It wasn't the Super Trooper money. Can't be.
Or the Bubble Boy cash.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
her and some guy, I can't remember who, they play the couple, a happily married couple with a daughter. I don't remember the daughter's name.
Yeah.
And something happens where they have a car accident. They're both killed, and in their wills they leave Katherine Heigl and Transformers man, Josh,
to look after this child.
To look after the child together, but they're like. But at first they hate each other.
Of course.
Yeah, and then they fall in love.
Aww.
And then they get married, and they'll go. Okay, but in between that, they fall in love, and then of course, like every rom-com, something happens to where they have a fight, and one of them is at fault for some reason, and then one leaves.
They leave, and then they realize that they miss them so much.
How many Counting Crow songs are in it?
I don't know, but there's a Luke Bryan song in it.
What?
I wanted to just throw the computer out the window.
He's the country William Shatner of this day and age. Because he just talks things through everything.
But that was unbelievably bad. Because, in rom-coms, the one who's at fault, usually the guy, because it's always the guy.
Yeah.
That's at fault.
Every commercial, the man is the stupid one.
Yeah.
The song, because, if something happens, he does something that's a big romantic gesture that in real life would be creepy as hell.
Yeah.
He shows up at her house when she's asleep and just lets himself in, and she wakes up and he's like sitting in a chair. And
Jason X.
And I was like, if that would happen in real life, she'd call the cops.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
Get arrested. And they eventually get married and take custody of little baby.
And then
life is.
Life as we know it is great
over
again.
So what's the verdict of this week's Katherine Heigl?
Do not watch that movie.
Do not watch it.
I wonder if eventually we'll find a Katherine Heigl movie that you would say, watch it.
No. I can't think of one.
Let's see.
Okay. Well, that's a challenge
What
for next
else?
week.
Hold on. You got one more.
I don't want to do that one.
You don't want to do that?
That's
okay.
out the window.
We can save that juicy note.
Okay, that was a feature we were gonna do, but I now don't feel like doing it.
That's a teaser for next week.
Yeah, it's a teaser called. We have Do Not Watch. We have one we haven't done since episode 1 called Mark's Money Sense, and and now there's this one called Better Than You Think, and Life as You Know was actually on that list, but I now don't want to do it because I remember the movie was absolutely terrible.
It changed your opinion on it.
Yeah, changed my opinion back.
Okay.
So I think, does anyone else have anything to say before we shut her down?
No.
Pretty tapped out.
Yeah. If we change the name,
we'll have to edit it.
We're gonna take some.
We're gonna
suggestions.
Any suggestions?
For name, put in the comments.
Something that isn't a Disney movie or
without a phallic word in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Something presentable we can actually have. Nothing like,
Floodrockers.
Yeah, something that's decent. I mean,
Rudd.
Quack.
People who
Quack.
Paul Rudd.
God, he is a handsome man.
I have a man crush on Paul Rudd.
Yeah.
I don't know why, except for that movie, Our Brother, something about our brother.
Our idiot brother.
Our idiot brother. That was just bad.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
That was bad.
I don't plan on it, but
I love. I know a Katherine Hegel movie that's good.
Get Out.
Yes. Knocked up.
I didn't like it.
Yeah.
Loved it.
I didn't like it. I hated it.
That's probably her best thing.
Best movie.
Mostly because I hate Seth Rogen.
Yeah. Well.
Really? Okay. I can understand that.
Two main actors I got no time in the world for.
But I like Seth Rogen.
But anyway, yeah, it's all
anyway,
subjective. It's all
on that note, that's a high note for us.
Okay.
Yep.
Always ending on a high note. It's good.
Yeah.
And okay, that was episode 4. Season 4.
Oh, wow.
We should be
Season
so
4. Well, isn't it a season in Cambodia?
Yeah.
That's what they call an episode in Cambodia.
Yeah,
as a season.
You made that up, didn't you?
Yes.
This is Volume 1, Series 7 of the
Part
thing.
4, Act 1.
Yeah.
I Omega
Exams.
58.
Yeah.
Well, this has been episode 4. If you guys get any suggestions, leave them in the comments below or follow us on our Twitter. Twitter's always in the description.
How can they find us on Twitter, Matt? What's the
Twitter
Twitter
Link in
handle?
the description, like I just said.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Link in
okay.
the description, and we'll be setting up a Patreon soon. We can get all Dem's monies. Make this even better. Give us a headset so we don't have to bawl into a little microphone in my desk.
I feel like the Soggy Bottom Boys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Aye.
You're singing to a can.
Yeah.
With string.
All right. Well, this has been episode 4, and we will catch you again
Later.